How you guys doing, man? Music of Destruction here. It's Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. Hope you guys are having an excellent one. Thank you for joining me here once again for another metallic episode of Music of Destruction. Bringing you guys the very best in metal-related content right here on YouTube on one of the only metal channels you guys will ever need. If you missed anything in the past week, click that eye in the upper right corner. Should be popping up. Everything you need is up there. I'd appreciate it. If you want me to review anything, make suggestions in the comment section down below. I hate slam, deathcore, metalcore, and modern tech death. It's garbage. Remember, smash that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Looking at one of the hardest working channels on the platform in the niche of metal, and I'm going to keep going until I hit 100,000 subscribers. So, anyway, welcome to Album Review Tuesdays here on the channel. Tonight I'm doing another subscriber request, and this one comes courtesy of my good buddy in New Jersey, who is also in the band Sadistic Oppressor, so make sure you check them out. They're fucking killer. My friend Xavier asked me if I would review Ripping Corpse Dreaming with the Dead, and he has been asking this one for a long fucking time, and the day has finally come, Xavier, so I hope you enjoy. Before we get into the review, I'm going to give you guys some background origins on the band, of course. Now, the Scandinavian countries have been seriously dominating death metal as well as black metal since the 90s, but many of the early death metal bands were from the United States, and one of them was, of course, Ripping Corpse. The New Jersey-based outfit was never a huge name in the metal world, but they enjoyed a small cult following in the 80s and early to mid-90s. Now, like so many of the early death metal bands, Ripping Corpse was obsessed with horror themes and loved playing at ultra-fast tempos. They were greatly influenced by acts like Slayer and, of course, Death. And their thrashy, brutal approach sound owed a lot to the reckless abandon of punk and early hardcore, and you can definitely hear that on Dreaming with the Dead. Now, thrash speed metal was also a strong influence, which stands to reason because death metal came out of thrash. Ripping Corpse was formed in Red Bank, New Jersey in 1987 when lead singer Scott Ruth, formerly of a New Jersey-based thrash metal band called The Beast, got together with former Black Dragon bassist Dave Bizzagatti, who was replaced by Scott Hornick in 1992. Guitarist Eric Rutan makes his debut here, and drummer Brendan Thomas. Now, Ripping Corpse's first demo, Death Warmed Over, was recorded in 87, followed by another demo, Splattered Remains, in 89, and a third demo was recorded in 1990. And Ripping Corpse's first official full-length album, Dreaming with the Dead, was released by Maze Records in 1991. That album was followed by another demo in 92. Ripping Corpse's first full-length album turned out to be their last, although they started working on a second album. They never finished it after Rutan left Ripping Corpse to join Morbid Angel. Now, the lineup on Dreaming with the Dead is as follows: Scott Ruth on vocals, Schwan Kelly guitars, Eric Rutan guitars, Dave Bizzagatti on the bass, and Brandon Thomas handling the drums. So let's get into the review, shall we? So the album opens up with Sweetness, and you can certainly hear the influence of early thrash metal madness within the framework of this track for sure. This one has some amazing double bass work, great bass guitar, and sick death thrash riffing from Eric and Schwan, with some savage beasts and blasting that will bash your skull into pieces and then slows back down into a slower crawled pace, complete with some really wretched death thrash vocals. Great melody on here as well that break up the monotony that would otherwise be present. There's some great lead sections on this track as well. Overall, this is a pretty strong opener. Next up is Dreaming with the Dead, and this is 1 minute and 47 seconds of blistering insanity with chaos and destruction firmly implanted into the songwriting. Hellbent on completely breaking you down into a bloodied heap and pile of broken bones, this song does not fuck around. Goes straight for the jugular as it drags you into its psychotic whirlwind of insane depravity and death, and this song has some incredible riffing, sonic blasting, and great vocals full of rage and venom. Excellent track here as well. Next up we have Anti-God, and this is a double bass driven frenzy of brutality and sonic intensity that knows no limits as it pounds you into dust and chaos. The production on this album should also be noted, as it's very raw and dirty the way it fucking should be. There's some incredible sonic vocals on this that spew forth with rage and disgust towards Christianity, as well as some fascination with annihilation and death. Some great lead sections make themselves known here from the two elite guitarists Obviously, there's a lot of prowess with these guys on this track once again, and it's incredible. Next up is Glorious Depravity, and this is another 2 minutes of death thrashing power and destruction with nothing but sick, vile venom spewing forth from your fucking speakers. It slows down mid-crawl and keeps you on your toes for the whole listen, and then picks up in blasting cacophony, like once again with some savagery that is absolutely insane. And the emotion and conviction on this one are hell-bent on nothing but annihilation and destruction. Again, an absolute banger. Next up, we have Beyond Humanity, and this one is another brutal slab of death thrashing madness and brilliance. There's some incredible tempo changes and nuances on this one, with some powerfully charged riffing and vocals that spew forth hatred and disgust, coupled with visions of disgust and death, make this for another fucking incredible track as well. So guys, let's check out some of Beyond Humanity right here on Music of Destruction. Enjoy.
Sensation, ravenous monster emancipated, sacred abomination, sucking in the golden murder, flowing satiated, gliding, rocking down psychosis, burrowing without prejudice, going consuming, incorporating. Because humans are so easy.
And we're back, and yeah, this is some sick shit here, man. Absolutely amazing. Next up is Pleasure Through Pain, and well, this is exactly what it fucking sounds like. Sonic, intense, fast, speed-driven death thrash with no regard for sanity, humanity, or your pathetic, weak, modern metal sensibilities. Get a grip, you fucking snowflakes. This is pure, old-school, sick chaos that will make your neck break and the power and rage come alive in you full swing. The venomous guitar riffs and sick, low, high vocals are amazing. Eric Rutan's guitar work all over this is astounding as well. That could be said about the whole album. Another amazing track. Next up, we have Through the Skin to the Soul, 2 minutes and 27 seconds of pure brutality and chaos, coupled with venomous foul destruction and sonic aggression that rips the flesh off your bones and leaves you dead and buried with some sick, vile riffing, drum, and bass, and some of the best vocals I've heard on an early 90s metal release. It's a shame that this band only released one full length, but they also have some demos as well. Great intensity here, very angry, emotions of disgust, and foul, putrid, miasmic, vile, and contempt for humanity definitely echo through the riffs, drums, and bass work with these powerful, emotional, convicted vocals as well. Make this for a great track and one of the best on the album. Next up is Rite of Hate, and this is some straight up OSDM brutality and disgusting, putrid, vile venom emitting from your speakers, with some great groove on this one that's a bit slower in tempo but still heavy as fuck, and the emotional conviction can be felt deep on this one as it gives way to some intense sonic blasting and chaotic madness. It's even got some insane gravity beats that make it one of the most brutal on the album, coupled with slow crunching DM guitar riffs make for a deadly combination of death metal misanthropy. This is my favorite on the album. Next up is Deeper Demons, and this song is actually about a pornographic actress who committed suicide. And you can hear the pain and anguish in the riffs and drum work and bass, especially with the vocals. Very depressing when you consider the tragedy and the subject matter. Definitely a band that's not afraid to talk about real subjects and real subject matter. Pretty fucking awesome. 1 minute and 54 seconds of brutality and reality colliding, and it's an amazing track. Lyrics are dark and sad, but still an excellent song. Next up, we have Sickness of Will, and this is another 2-minute insane banger with some of the most savage drum work I've heard for a 90s metal album. Criminally underrated stuff on here. The vocals have some incredible shifts and growls and snarls. Riffing is what really shines here, though, but that's not to take away anything from the whole experience of the track itself. This one is brutally chaotic, violent, and regurgitated sickness that will make the flesh melt off your bones with its acidic bile and raw production. A fucking incredible track. Next up is Chugging Pus, and what a killer song. Rotten, disgusting savagery here once again with powerfully convicted emotions, raw aggression, and youthful disgust. And you can certainly tell that Ripping Corpse weren't concerned with success or even giving a shit about having an audience, because this is uncompromising and pure raw hatred and disgust and a fascination for the morbid macabre. An amazing track here as well. Closing out the album is Seduction of the Innocent, which has some of the harshest double bass work, the fastest as well, on the record, and this one is cacophonic and chaotic with raw aggression, speed, complexity, and of course the pure raw hatred, and some of the most amazing riffs come forth on this one. Sick lead work here once again from Eric Rutan, and I feel like this is some of his best fucking guitar work, even among elites like Hate Eternal and his work in Morbid Angel. This is where Eric was at the beginning of his musical journey, and a lot of his ideas took shape on this album and are some of the best and most well executed in my opinion. And you can certainly tell where Hate Eternal would emerge from his work, obviously, in Ripping Corpse. Overall, this is a really sick album and very worth your attention and purchase. Thank you, Xavier, for recommending this one. The final verdict for Ripping Corpse, Dreaming with the Dead, is going to get an 8 out of 10. An awesome album. Go out and get this one, guys. Alright, so there you have it. Another album review in the books here on Music of Destruction. I hope you enjoyed the premiere. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell. teespring.com/music-of-destruction. Go check out all my merch. Also go over on Bonfire, bonfire.com. Music of Destruction there as well. Making some t-shirts there. Got some designs coming in. The girlfriend's got to make them bigger before I can put these new prints on shirts. Rest assured that stuff is coming. Please support that way. It really helps the channel and helps me continue to do this. If you want to support on Patreon, I'd appreciate it as well. You can check out all my great podcasts with The Seed, episode 34, the history of the Les Legions Noir, up on the channel right now on Patreon. Patreon.com/Music of Destruction. Pick the $5 tier. You will get access for life. Thank you for your support. Keeps this channel going. Goes to our new YouTube channel as well, Beyond the Big Screen. Movie and game review with myself and Colton James. You guys saw in the YouTube shorts, we are getting the studio together. The green screen's up. We're going to be putting up the lights and testing out different camera angles. Remember, it's debuting September 5th is our first premiere for Alien from 1979. Going to be awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Have an awesome night. We'll see you for Album Ranking Wednesdays. Cheers. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Within my skin, take my soul now.